All right. Where to begin today? Let's start with...
We've got so much. But I guess the question on hand is Gareth Bale.
Gareth Bale.
Gareth Bale.
Just a couple minutes ago, really, he announces that he is done with football. He is retiring. He basically dunks on the Philadelphia Union, scores on the U.S. men's national team, and he's like,
peace.
I'm out of here.
Also, Real Madrid fans are like, wait, didn't you retire years ago?
But no, here it is. He put out a lengthy statement. And
here, I'll read the first line. He says, after careful and thoughtful consideration in between holes at the golf course, I announced my immediate retirement from club international football. Which, I mean, we don't have to read the whole thing. But look, most people would sit here and say he had a storied career, right?
Sure.
He won pretty much everything you can win as a club player. You know what I mean? Not an international, but with club.
Right. I mean, not everything.
Not everything, but pretty much. I mean, he won La Liga.
He won Premier League.
He won Copa del Rey. He won Premier League, Champions League multiple times.
Did not win Premier League.
He did not, definitely not.
You know who he played for.
Yeah, he played for Tottenham, which at the end, I mean, that's winning with Tottenham is to not win the league. That is their tradition, right?
Sure.
But could his career have been better? And really, should his career have been better? Because when you look at it, he was wildly successful. Some would say a product of being on successful teams, right?
Oh, without a doubt.
With Real Madrid.
He was on the bench for a lot of those.
But that's the point, right?
Yeah.
Is there anything else? Maybe it's his return to Tottenham, which didn't go well. Could that have been? Should we rate his career as a missed opportunity, or should we sit back and say, yo, this guy pretty much won everything you could possibly win? With all due respect, I mean, you'd have to be Superman to win with Tottenham. Or should we say, like, yo, there's pieces missing here, and we should judge him for the way that his career ended?
I think the criticism that he's had has very much happened throughout his career. I think for like, could his footballing career have been better? Yes, but if somebody told you, hey, you're gonna be a professional athlete, you're gonna make absolutely millions and millions of dollars. Mm-hmm. We're not even asked you to play that much. I mean, as a businessman,
physically might be the only way I can agree to this deal.
That's a pretty incredible situation to be in, where like just contractually they can't get rid of you. And they don't want you to play.
Okay, but see, what you're talking about is what I would love to do, which is finesse the game.
Right.
Find a way to make a lot of money without having to do anything. Wonderful.
Well,
but if you're looking at him as a player, right, and you're saying he's an exceptional player, he's an incredible player, he's a player with lots of talent. I would love to see a player like this flourish, and we could see the beautiful sport, see what the most he could possibly accomplish. He didn't get to do that. So do we hold that against him? I personally think, because of that missed opportunity, look, me being me, I say, hey, that's a career I would love, right? You play a little bit up front, you know what I mean? You prove your worth, you get the big bag, and then you sit there and you bite your nails. You know what I mean? You play a little golf whenever you want, and then you keep getting paid because they can't get rid of you. But really, when you want to see them, like if Lionel Messi had sat at Barcelona this whole time and didn't win, the World Cup, not that Gareth Bale had a chance to, didn't succeed towards the end of his career, would we not have looked at it as a missed opportunity to not see what he could have done towards the end of his career?
I mean, I really think the audacity you have to mention Gareth Bale's name in the same breath as Leo Messi is absolute insanity. I don't know what standard you're holding Gareth Bale to at all. He is like probably like most other players. He is arguably the greatest Welsh player that's ever lived.
Right.
I mean, I feel comfortable saying that.
Is he the, well, no, because some would say Gaza would be, but I would say, was he the best Tottenham player? No, can't say that.
No, you can't say that. Harry Kane is the best ever Tottenham player.
Some people would say Paul Gascoigne.
Okay, well, sure.
He's like,
people who are wrong, I guess.
Yeah. I just want you to like throw an axe over your shoulder and walk out. I'm like, okay. But he's gone. Where'd he go?
No, it's a look. Gareth Bale got the criticism that you're making now. He was getting while he was an active player at Real Madrid.
Which is what I'm saying. Now that his career's over, because look, yeah, he came back and won MLS Cup. Absolutely incredible. You know,
Messi never did.
Huh?
Messi never won MLS Cup?
No, I mean, not yet. Coming to Miami, maybe, at 40 years old. But And yes, those scenes were incredible. He comes in, scores the equalizer, gets them into, gives them a chance to extend the game. They end up winning, right? Philadelphia Union, probably not too happy about it. And their fans, I can already see them going chitty chatty in here. But if you looked at a player of his ilk and said, you want to see the most they could possibly do, he was an exceptional player. He wasn't just speed. He showed that, I think, a little bit at LAFC. You kind of want to see what he could do towards those latter years.
Yeah, he's only 33.
Yeah, at those latter years at Real Madrid. And for someone like him to sit on the bench almost willingly, not fight, to not see some passion for him to want to go to another club or get out, to him just be like, whatever. Even the jokes of like, what was it, Wales, Golf, Madrid. And for them to hold up the flag and for him to be like, a willing, part of these jokes, doesn't it kind of leave a little bit of a sour end to his career?
Look, it's subjective, but the last 6-7 years of Gareth Bale's career have been, there's no sour. Those have been sour. It's just been like,
which is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because it ended that way, does it?
I don't know.
Leave a stain on
whether
his career?
It ended. Look, I fully expected him to continue playing, and I still would have felt the same exact way of like, a lot of missed opportunities, missed potential, and you don't know why he didn't. I don't know exactly why he didn't play with Real Madrid. He was seemingly healthy. They clearly I
think the rumor is that he didn't give a fuck anymore.
Sure, but I don't want to just lean on that, because we know a billion stories of like teams putting stuff out in the media to make a player look bad so that they kind of can negotiate out of their contract, or Real Madrid, it was their fault. They paid him a whole ton of money. They expected a whole lot out of him. For maybe a different manager came in and Zidane, right, didn't really favor him. And he was just like, all right, well, Gareth Bale's like, well, I'm not going to take less money.
Gareth Bale pulled a Dele Alli.
Right. Well, he's just like, okay, well, this is what my contract says. I'm here. I'm available to you if you need me to play. If you don't want me to play, if you don't like me as a player, well, that's on you. I'll sit on the bench, collect my paycheck. And
would you be happy with that?
Happy as a player?
Like, let's say Funny Bone. They have 27 clubs across the country. They sign you to a 5-year contract, right? And then they decide they're not getting enough out of you, right? Or maybe you're being a little lazy, whatever the case may be, right? And they're going to keep giving you weekends, but they don't want you to perform. They're going to keep paying you because they give you a contract. They don't want you to perform. Wouldn't you as a comedian be like, I want to perform?
Right. So I think I would have felt the same way Gareth Bale felt, where he's like, I want to play. And
he was chilling. He wasn't arguing. He wasn't making a stink.
He went to Tottenham because he wanted to play. And that's it.
And that was bad.
It didn't go well. Everybody said he went to a bad team. I mean, look, all he can do is show up to the team that hires him to kick a ball around.
But that's the problem. Did he show up?
I think
physically.
I think so. Look, I think the slandering of Gareth Bale for all these years is probably a product of Real Madrid trying to force him out and not wanting to pay him.
Yeah, I think you're leaning too much on the conspiracy theory, because I like what Crimson Pizza put in here. It said he's not retired, but how does he compare to someone like Zlatan? That's someone who has willed himself to make the club he's at better. And when the situation isn't comparable, he finds a way to go to the club. The guy's 41 years old, still playing.
Well, he's on the bench.
Still playing. He's not on the bench because he's bad in training. He's not on the bench because he's unwilling to play or because of some other issue that's behind the scenes.
Right.
He's not on the bench because he doesn't want to. He's on the bench because he's at the point in his career where he's probably better coming off the bench than he is starting. But he's still playing.
Right. I mean, look, I guess if Zlatan is the standard of
he's not the standard. But yeah, compare someone who is, this undying passion to do this thing that everyone in the stands wants you to do.
We all
and then
understand.
You got this one guy.
We all understand collectively that Zlatan is a crazy person. Right?
Of course,
he's obsessed with his job. There's no way. You would assume his kids don't even see him.
He's
or whatever.
Tom Brady.
Right.
Zlatan is Tom Brady.
We could be wrong. I'm just saying it's like he's clearly obsessed with his job. Right. And Gareth Bale is not a person who is obsessed with their job, but they're very good at it, right? But and this happens all the time. Any athlete has even a hobby. Oh, you like playing chess on weekends? You should be.
Damn, you ain't focused,
You
bro.
ain't focused on it. It's like,
oh, you pooped for more than 5 minutes? I hope you you're watching game tape in there.
so, look, is he's not that guy because.
Ben Skolnick just said, I just realized Christian looks like the bodega version of the brawny paper towel guy. And then he put scrawny.
So good. Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, look, I'll do the rebrand. That's
Bro,
all
you
good.
look like the Wish.com brawny. You know what I mean? Like, you know, when the bodega has like the off brands.
Right. I think that was offensive, but Ben's joke was good. I don't know why you were doing. So